With Chief White House correspondent John Roberts, who is traveling with the vice president in Ankara, Turkey this morning. John.
Sandra, good afternoon to you from Turkey. The vice president and the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, flew here overnight. They are currently at the presidential palace. The way that it is going to work is the vice president will hold a one-on-one meeting with President Erdogan of Turkey, and then they'll hold an expanded bilateral meeting that will include the Secretary of State, the ambassador, and several other U.S. officials, Robert O'Brien, the new national security advisor, as well. About 2.5 hours from now, just after that press conference, I'll sit down for an exclusive interview with the vice president here at the U.S. ambassador's residence in Ankara. The vice president and the Secretary of State expected to be very tough on Erdogan today. President Trump has made it clear he wants nothing short of an immediate ceasefire in Syria. In a letter that he sent to Erdogan back on October the 9th, the president saying very clearly, history will look upon you favorably if you get this done the right and humane way. It will look good upon you forever as the devil. It will look upon you forever as the devil if good things don't happen. Don't be a tough guy. Don't be a fool. The president did seem to send conflicting signals when he was in the Oval Office with the Italian president yesterday, when he said that the fight between Turkey and the Kurds has nothing to do with the United States. Some people thought, well, that's really going to complicate the vice president's mission over here. But the president is insistent that what he really wants here is a ceasefire, despite the fact that Turkey and the Kurds have been going after each other for centuries now. As you mentioned at the top of this, D.C. is also all the wag today with what happened yesterday afternoon at the White House when the Democratic leadership walked out of a meeting with President Trump after Congress passed a resolution by a huge margin, bipartisan resolution, to condemn what the president did in Syria. The president tweeting, quote, Nancy Pelosi needs help fast. There is either something wrong with her upstairs or she just doesn't plain like our great country. She had a total meltdown in the White House today. It was very sad to watch. Pray for her. She is a very sick person. But as you pointed out at the top here, while the president says it was the Speaker of the House who had the meltdown, the Speaker of the House is saying, no, it was the president who had the meltdown. Listen here.
We had a vote in the Congress, 354 to 60, opposing his actions that he took in Syria. He couldn't handle it. He just couldn't handle it. But 2-1, the Republicans voted to oppose what he was doing in Syria. He just couldn't handle it, so he kind of engaged in a meltdown.
So clearly there's going to be a lot of fallout from that in Washington, D.C., but on the ground here in Ankara, what happens in the next couple of hours in that presidential palace, Sandra, really could tell the tale of what's going to happen in Syria in the coming days and weeks. We'll have it all for you here from Ankara. Sandra?
Much more from you and from Turkey throughout the day. Thank you, John.